orient yourself. You know what you're looking at? It's the track bar or panhard bar. This is what happens. This is what happens to adjustable links in the Northeast. This has been anti-seized and greased and maintained, and it still gets in there. I was wondering why you can actually see anti-seize. Sorry about the shadow. I'm wearing a headlamp. You can actually see the anti-seize on the end. But these threads here didn't care. And I was wondering why on corners my truck was doing stupid things. Well, now I know. This is about what can happen when the elements get to a Johnny joint and an adjustable link. This can happen on any adjustable link with a Heim or a Johnny joint. It's not an attack on Metaltech. Let's make that clear. I love Metaltech. You guys are great. You guys have always been great. There's nothing wrong with these links except for that the elements got to them. And that's not something they can really do anything about. So what's happened is the Johnny joint is completely frozen, okay? Normally, you should be able to move these somewhat. With regular maintenance, you grease them. You do have to drop the link to do that, which I think, can make some people slack off on the maintenance. There's a grease zerk here. But basically, if the Johnny's not properly maintained, or in the winter, I think if salt gets in there or something, the Johnny joint will seize. And this one is completely seized. This one over here still moves. It's kind of being stubborn now, but a little stiff. But this one is completely frozen and would need a rebuild. So what happens is they'll get frozen in whatever position they happen to get frozen in. In this case, this one frozen in this position, which is kind of weird. And then just the articulation of the rear end will unscrew this. Generally, this nut freezes. Now, granted, when these were brand new, I completely coated all the threads of this Johnny joint and of this tube with anti-seize. Okay, Permatex Silver anti-seize. Completely did it. So, I did my preventative part, and obviously the nut, threads had anti-seize on it too. So anyway, getting back to where I was, this Johnny joint seizes. This opens up, and hopefully I can do this with one hand. What happens is you can see that this is a little looser than it should be too, and that's from vibration and wear. It doesn't have the nut to back it up. You see how that's soaking wet? That's not penetrating oil, that's water. Okay. And actually, when I drop these off, water poured out, and I bet some more is going to pour out right now. If this ever, all right, there it goes. Okay, so it's out. We're gonna just dump it out. All right, nothing's coming out. It must have all ran out already.